I'm coming in early. Oh, I'm hot. I'm on the hot mic. Bring that down for a second. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We're going to break it down for you. You see, I'm up $753 in weeks. I was just up $1,000. Feel like I should take my Profito. That was a red candle right there, and I'm up like a pretty penny here on the day. So I just made this trade, and then I went to dinner about 2 hours ago. I'm already up $820 on the trade. I also have another trade open here on MEXC. I don't know if I'm getting this strange. There you go. And then I have another trade open on Bitfinex. All three of them ripping to the upside right now, doing absolute damage. This one up 454, 40% gains. This one is up 746, and this one's up about $833. So I just opened these trades about an hour and a half ago, maybe a little under that, and I'm already up dang near $2,000, and that's how we do it. You know, make $2,000 in a night. Sitting here, I can teach you how to do this every single day. You said, how did he do it? He couldn't have done it again. There's no way this guy made $8,000 the day before, $9,000 the day after that, and then he just continues to make thousands of dollars every single day. It doesn't make sense. How do you do it, Sam? I show up every single day and I don't stop. I took profits right there. I'm going to take profits right here and make that 806. Boom. And I'm going to take profits on Bitfinex as well and get out of all these trades and just take a little under $2,000 at this point, right? Why? Well, I'll show you why. I just like to take gains. All right. It is a breakout. This could continue to the upside, but I like to pay myself. So let me get the charts up for you, as I will right now, I promise. I want you to think about the charts. I want you to conceptualize these ideas. All right. You can see the charts in your mind. All right. Don't get crazy here. You can see the charts in your mind, and you know exactly what I'm saying. I gave you the setups this morning. If you're in my trading group, you can make this up in your brain. You can see it. But anyway, I got profits here. I'm up $486 here on Bitfinex, booming to the upside. I'm up another. Oh, that just sold. That trade just sold for gains. And this one just sold for gains too. Bang, bang, bang. To the upside, Sammy. 200, and there, that's $763. Open at 118.8, out at 119.363. Same one here. This one's actually still cooking. Good looking. I'm still in the trade. This one we can kind of get a little crazy there with the wick to the upside here. This is Bitfinex. I'm also live trading on weeks, and I also had a live trade open on MEXC as well. Just took another, I think it was 553 after fees that I just took on MEXC. MEXC was higher. We were at 33x leverage. Here we were at, I think, 62, which is crazy. But that's, you know, I do this every single day constantly. And anyway, I just want to teach you technical analysis. I want to show you some fun stuff in the charts. I want to break it down for you today and show you how I just made some gains, right? So let's have some fun. Let's talk about these charts. Let's break it down. Let's get that VPN up to about like I'd say at least 125, right? So let me see here. I like to get the VPN up to 128 to 145, right? And really get this party started. Let's see. These are faster beats that will have some movement. That's good. All right. So let's break it down here for Bitcoin and show you kind of your top-down analysis for the day, show you what I saw happening for BTC and where I believe we can go here on the move to the upside. If there is continuation, why did I just take some profits there? Why did Sammy just sell? Is there a reason? Why can't we go all the way up to 121,000? Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's see what happens here for BTC. Let's break down what I'm looking at so you can get accustomed to what's happening. Let's shout out to everybody here on the chart and in the chat. God bless you all for being here. Profits at random. No charts. No charts. No charts. You guys are like so behind. We put the charts out a long time ago. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. They're probably coming in late. You know, the feed. I can see the chart on my mind and in my dreams, and it's called visualization. 100%, man. New music, new vibes, new continues, new frontiers, new price action, new price discovery. Let's go, baby! I like this guy. He's got a lot of new stuff cooking. He's the new guy. Hey, new guy. I'm going to pin that message, KKX Weeks and BTCC. Shout out to all my partners in the game. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you so much for being here with us every single day. Got to adjust this mic, get it right in the zone there. Get it right in the zone. So I just showed you how I made about a little over $1,500. It wasn't difficult. I set the trades before I went to dinner. I went to dinner. I came back. We start the stream. Remember, it's 10:15 at night for me, while it's 10:15 in the morning for you. So it is what it is, right? Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I love you more than you would ever know. I'm seriously, because you've created such a beautiful job for me. This is my job. I'm here every single day having a blast, and I wouldn't have it any other way, right? So blessings. Lifers rule. Shout out to my man, Vincenzo. We love you. Beautiful morning, Sammy. Shout out to Rave Song Records in the house. In the distribution phase is where this is the most money rotation. Yeah, exactly. When they go back and forth, because a lot of people go long, get stopped out. A lot of people get short. And yes, 100%. You're spot on with what you just said, my friend. I feel like the music might be a little loud for me and for you. I'm not sure, though. My levels aren't going to be exactly the same as yours. Most consistent mentor ever, Mr. Sam Price. Thank you for being here. 7 a.m., Sam, up since 3 a.m. I love you. Bitcoin lifers in the game. A Bitcoin lifer. I love you, brother. Lifers. Armenian friends. I just see my own idea that I came up with, and everyone jumped. I just love it. Like Bitcoin lifers. You're amazing, brother. Crypto server. Do they have lemon water over there? They might. They just might. They just might. Okay, so is this sustainable? Should I have sold early? What's happening? Are we going to get this bigger pump to the upside? Am I going to regret taking those profits? Would have liked to take that $1,000 trade-off weeks, but it is what it is. I'm still excited. I'm very grateful for the win that I just received. And I told you exactly where I was. I basically saw this pump happening before it happened. I told everyone, watch this. And then when I didn't get greedy, we got a little high. I took the price. Now, maybe it continues to pump. It technically has a measured move, and we're going to break all this down for you in a second. It technically has a measured move all the way to $131,420. That's kind of what we're going to be looking at, right? That's the level we want to see us get there. $121,420. But. Many buts. Many buts. I mean, though, hey, this isn't that kind of show, all right? So I don't have the, ching. But here's the deal. Swing up to swing up right here, right? Swing down to swing down. And look at this. Swing down to swing down, and there's another bullish dip. It's like double bullish dip. Now, could it continue up? Yes, but we're starting to see that bullish dip, and I don't like it. And usually when the RSI is lower than this one, that's done. You're cooked. You're going to start making a lower high, and you're going to break this lower low. And you're headed somewhere down here for the RSI. Again, I'm not going to guarantee any of that, but that just doesn't look amazing at the present moment in time. And we'll break this down for you. Look at this. Another thing that I want to show you that happened here for Bitcoin was it was in a cup. A little bitty cup. Then it was in a beautiful whittle handle. A whittle handle. The handle does not have to be a downtrending handle. A lot of people think that has to be the case, but it is not. And I mean, the cup and handle did pretty well. The target is 121.6. Will it get there? We never know. But there's a chance it does. Hey, Sam, good time to buy Epic. I don't know. We're going to look at the charts. I would never tell you what to buy or sell, though, or go over your portfolio. I wouldn't do stuff like that, but I'll look at the charts. I'll go over the technical analysis, and then you can assume, you could kind of look at how you want to look at it and decide whether that information makes sense to you. Class, George's coin is pumping 40 million market cap in 2 weeks. Yeah, I heard that. I heard it just continues to rip to the upside. We're going to look at Clash in a little while. I just like to look at whatever's hot. So here's the deal. Let's take a look at Bitcoin as we get closer and closer to the end of the week here, right? We'll double click. And the first thing I got to look at is the monthly, right? And let's just break it down because a lot has happened in the last 24 hours and it's pretty big news. So here's the deal. Number one, this is a giant rise. Funny, I never did this. This is a giant rising wedge. I never did this before. It's the first time I ever did that. You know what I mean? It's so strange how I saw it so clearly out of nowhere, and that's the first time I ever did something like that. But I mean, that tells you you're going somewhere up to about $196,000 Bitcoin, right? I mean, that's the key level there, $196,120 for BTC. And then previous support is resistance here. Resistance, support, we get the bounce. I mean, you see there's just that resistance there, 125.8. Well, we've wicked to, we wicked to, let's see the high of the candle. The high was 124,474 for BTC. So, man, wow. 196K for Bitcoin, pumping out the rising wedge to the upside, the big boy. All the way, baby. The big boy. Big boy was a big donut chain back in the day. And they had this guy called the Big Boy, and he stood outside of the donut chain. He was a big boy. He was like, literally, I think 18 feet. He was big. And back when I was a kid, someone stole him from that restaurant. They did. They stole the Big Boy. I don't know to this day, I don't think they ever found out who did it. But they took the Big Boy. He was like 10 feet or something like that, 12 feet. But they stole the Big Boy right off the lot. So the Big Boy. It was so crazy, as a kid growing up. Why am I telling you this? No real rhyme or reason. Just a storyteller. So let's take a look here at the monthly candle. It looks absolutely beautiful. And let's take a look at the other thing I want to talk about. It's the biggest monthly candle in the history of Bitcoin. Right there was the biggest monthly candle ever for Bitcoin. But that right there, you had to break back above 115,008. You did that. And now you're going for these wicks. This thing could come up even higher. So the biggest monthly candle in the history of Bitcoin, if we close in October, right? We'll see. But it's setting up pretty nicely. And this is Pumptober, a known pump month. And it's going into Pumptember, you know what I mean? And Movember. So Movember, Pumpvember. But see, all of them are getting ready. And we have the best 3 months of our lives when it comes to trading. If you looked at the statistical analysis for the last, 22 years. For the last 22 years. And maybe if you stay later on, I'm going to show you the S&P. I could backtest the last 22 years with you if you want. And sit with me. We can do that. Does anyone want to backtest the S&P today on the live? The last 22 years, towards the end of the stream, maybe I'll do it at 11:45 to 11:50. If I get enough likes that say, backtest it, Sammy. If I get enough people to say, backtest it, Sammy, I will backtest the S&P for the last 21 years, and I will give you so much insight, it'll blow your mind. And I even know exactly how to do it, how I want to do it, and the way I'm going to do it, and what I'm going to show you. I've done it before, so I know exactly how to do it. All right. Sounds sus for talking about the missing statue. Sounds sus like for talking about the missing statue. You think I might have something to do with it, and I'm just letting it out now. Well, the statute limitations would have passed by now. But no, that doesn't mean an admission of guilt. So here's the deal. This looks absolutely beautiful. I see a parabolic move for Bitcoin coming, but I just want to position you to be at the right place at the right time. Oh, this trade might continue to cook. I may have sold a little early. We don't know for sure. I'm going to do my top-down analysis and break it down right now for myself and for you. All right. Backtest that, Sammy. Backtest it. Douglas style, Sammy. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Bitcoin.com is power to the people. God bless you. Where is the big boy, Sam? I don't know. The stolen big boy. I wonder if we can find the article about it, because I know you don't believe me. The stolen bit boy in Falmouth. Yeah. Stolen Riverfall. The by boy. No, that didn't happen. The big boy, man. We have to find that somewhere in another. Please crack the big boy caper. Oh, so they did find it. They did find it. Oh, wait. So I never find. So they did find it. Look. We'll get back to this at the end of the stream. I'll tell you what happened. You stay towards the end. I'm going to tell you what happened. Don't Google it yourself. Don't ruin it. I'm going to tell you about the bit boy. We're going to break it down. All right. Wow, this trade might continue to cook. I may have sold a little early here and regret getting out of these trades. We may continue to pump. Can I get back in? Can I find my way? Or should I have just let this thing rip all the way to the upside to the bigger target and go all the way to 121, make myself 10 fat racks and call it a day? Let's finish our top-down analysis and we'll get there and we'll see kind of what makes sense and what does not. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the stream. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 112,500 and 1,259 people here on the stream. And we should have a boatload. We should have the entire Lifer community. It was one of the biggest pumps Bitcoin's ever had. Bitcoin's ripping right now. Where is retail? They should be running in right now. We should have one of the biggest streams we've ever seen in our lives, ever in the history of my stream. Today, Bitcoin closed a history candle, the biggest it's ever closed, and we only have 1,200 people here. We had more people yesterday and the day before. You know what I mean? When Bitcoin wasn't even pumping yet. We'd already made some gains, but come on, baby. Shout out to all my beautiful people that are here. 1,230 1,230 beautiful souls that are kicking it with me on the live. All right? My jet lag, tired, running around, and I'm still showing you how to make these gains. All right? Gainsy, baby, gainsy. You know how it is. Nothing's free in this world. You got to work every single time. XTV, please, from Torin Matthews. We'll take a look at that. And I apologize this morning. I did leave some super chats on the table there, or was it last night? I can't remember. I was exhausted. It was what it was. Retail is asleep, right? And, you know, they all said, a lot of retail said that, you know what happened? A lot of people thought the price was going to continue to go down, and they shorted the market. And I said to I had a protege, we were talking, I said, I would not short this market, my friend. I can't tell you what to do. Go Red Sox, baby. Banging on them Yankees. Let's go. Let's go. And that's an old rivalry, man. The Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, something I've been a part of my whole life, man. 3-1, baby. Final score. Bang. The New York Yankees. And, the Yankees won game 2, 4-3. Okay. We won. Winner all take game 3. Oh, did we win game 3? The Yankees secure their spot in game 3 with a dramatic 8-inning rally. No. The Red Sox season hinges on a single game. Advancing. Scheduled for Saturday. No, wait. With a winner advancing to face Toronto Blue Jays. Okay. As of Thursday. So, yeah, I don't know when that game will be. I'm a huge Red Sox fan, man, but it's hard to watch these games out here in Singapore where the time is 12-hour difference. So the monthly is the biggest monthly candle in the history, and we're just starting. This could be a massive green candle. I expect it to be. I expect it to close somewhere into the $135,000, $140,000 region, maybe even $150K. I expect this coin to be one of the most massive green coins we've ever seen. And again, I'm not just saying that because that's, I'm a bull, which I am. I'm a perma bull. No, I'm a bull, but I like to see this, I love consolidation personally, you know me, but man, this thing is hot right now. It's just hot. So to lead everything else, let me show you kind of what I see happening. Number one, that was to me a bearish retest. Still, to this day on the weekly, right? Still, to me, looks like a bearish retest. You'd have to push all the way and get back inside this pattern. What I like about the candle, this song's weird, man. Sorry. That one's not going to cut it either. Hold on here. Like they're not responding properly with the right music. Yeah, Amy boy. I like that Duck Mao. Duck Mao just really knows how to hit it. I like Duck Mao a lot. D-U-C-K-M-A-W, Duck Mao. All right. I don't know if he's related to Mao. I hope not. So here's the deal. The weekly candle, boom, to the upside. Above the 21-day moving average. Very bullish, my friends. And then bring this down. You got yourself a bit of a candle, a bit of a flag that just broke out. It broke the top trend line. And boom, to the upside. It's pretty crazy, right? Something just like this. All right? And then we take this, put it here, and then boom, to the upside. That goes all the way to about, 140,941. And that puts a heavy resistance right there at about 119,000. We even say it's 120K, really. Like, I call it 120,000. You had some wicks, but it's where all these candles happen to close right there on the dot. And you're right there right now. You're right at resistance. A reason why I felt like taking profits was a good idea, but we are pumping further to the upside here. My sell is right there, just right at where we're at now. Looks like this is going to continue to rip. And the sad thing is I can't chase now. So I took my profits, but I could have stayed in these trades and just kept riding them to the upside. It does look like we're going to go higher. So it is what it is. I'm a little like, dang, Sammy, you could have stayed in. But, I also like to win in front of everyone, and I find that's the best model to have is to win in front of people daily, right? And so I won today. I already made gains. I can cap it off as a win. Bang. And we can go from there. Remember, it's 10 o'clock at night for me. Your day's beginning. My day is ending. This is the strangest world I've ever been in here when it comes to Singapore. One thing I do want to tell you, the Monday stream will be 2 hours late. I'll be streaming from 12 to 2 on Monday. And then the Tuesday stream will be at like 3 o'clock. And then we'll be back to regular schedule, okay? All right? And we'll get everything else done. We'll get everything done. Sunday morning update, Monday night stream, Sunday morning update, the weekly candle close. We're going to do it all. Don't stress. We got you. But there will be 2 days that will be offset. So just bear with me. Hold me down as I travel back home. I can't be everywhere at once, even though I wish I could. Shout out to the 1,390 people here on the stream. That's amazing. Let's keep that up. I want to keep seeing people coming on into this stream. Let's get it going, baby. Let's get it going. Hit that like button. You control how many people come here. Isn't that crazy? Like, you control it. It's so amazing. Like, you can run games. Does ASTER look like it's going to rip? Korea forever. Shout out to Kaz Young Yu, man. God bless you in Korea, brother. Hope you do well. Just don't hurt anyone else, all right, man? Come on. Shout out to all the beautiful people there holding me down. So, wow, bigger movement here for Bitcoin. It just looks like it's going to continue to ripski. This is insanity, and we gave you the trade. I gave you this trade inside the trading group. I'm going to show you it in a second. Super chats, Cardano, XTB, XLM, RECC, Advantage or Doge, and Aster. Wow, that's a lot of super chats, huh? That's a bit crazy. I didn't even see them. Where did they come from? Legend, wait for it. Dairy, legendary. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Dairy Carry. I get it. I think so. I don't know. I'm not that smart, but my mommy told me I was. So, can we continue further to the upside? My mommy told me I was smart. My mommy said I'm smart. Meh. I saw bearish div. Right there, I saw bearish div, and that's what made me wary to, that's why I kind of sold what would look like the local top there. Right? I mean, I felt like it was time to get out. Sam, you ready for 4K viewers in the next 3 weeks? And 25K new subscribers. God bless you, Vegas. I love you, man. I hope so. It would be amazing. Aries, brother Sam, is there Thursday screen share tonight? I forgot about it, man. I'm exhausted. Highly unlikely, brother. Yeah, give me a week off, please, dear Lord, man. I gave you guys the trades. Do I need to give you a weekly screen share? I gave you every single trade for the last 3 days straight. Like, all you had to do is press the buttons I pressed. You already would have made massive gains. Give me a week off, for crying out loud. Please, I beg you guys. Put the whips away. Stop making me sleep on a nailed mattress. No, I get it. We like to come together. It's a really good time. And I show my portfolio. We talk about a lot. We go up and down. I get it. But give me a chance, man. Singapore is absolutely amazing. No worries. Love you too, Yuri. Yeah, I'll tell everyone. Thank you for telling me that, because I wouldn't have remembered. When I'm traveling, I don't remember like a lot of things that I do constantly in my schedule, right? So, man, I'm a little sour. I sold, and it's hard to get in again. Like, if I get in now, I'm heavy risk. Wow, there's a little flag here, though, that continue to the upside. I could take some risk off the table. What's here? Is this not the trading view widget? Something happened here. Hold on. Anyway. About to say, I just can't see the side of the screen, and I want to be able to see the side of the screen. I'm wondering, am I not angled? Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's like I don't know where that is. Norway? Is it in Amsterdam? It looks like Amsterdam to me, but I'm not sure. If I had to make a guess. Yeah, so right here I should be able to move this, do what I got to do and then delete my work. And something here is there's no widget there. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I do. I somehow shrunk this box. Oh, there's a little arrow there. Okay, I did something with that. You can click this arrow. Don't click that arrow. All right, you're going to have trouble. Wow, Bitcoin continuing to moon. So what I'm going to do here is I gave this trade live in the channel and the trading group at 118,577. Bitcoin already up $1,000 at the move. $1,200 to be exact. You are in the money right now. You're in the money. Can you do some TN? Virus Soul. Thank you, Sam. We'll take a look at that. Dopamine Wave Pool in the game. God bless you, Dopamine Wave Pool. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to the 1,450 people here on the stream. This is getting absolutely insane. Shout out to Weeks for these cool little trinkets, man. They give me all these weird little cool this stuff is amazing. You pop out these little things, you open this up, and boom, you get yourself, 2 pairs of sunglasses or what have you. Then you're off to the races. Shout out to Weeks. Okay, and I'm here on Weeks. Show me Weeks. Show me Weeks, baby. Show me Weeks. Position history, we just made $763. I did sell 119,363, and we're up dang. And that was already $500 for 7, so another 200 would have been about 300, right? Hey, 119,006 bounce, baby. Let's go. Let's go. So let's take a look at it. Is it sustainable? I want to look at it live because I may get back in a trade here. So right off the bat, I'm seeing something that I like. I'm seeing a bit of a flag here that could continue further. Now it's high risk, high reward. So we just made 763. So in my mind, I would risk 2, because if I lost, I'm still up 563, which is, I'm up 500 for the day. That's pretty sweet. And that's just on this account. I'm actually, as I showed you, I sold more than one trade. I sold 3 trades. 1,200 and then another one for, I made $1,700. It was pretty awesome. After fees, probably 1,580 or 1,610, something like that. So Ooh, look at it lose the trend line now. A bit of a double top rejection at 119,766. So people might chase this and get hurt. I don't know. There's some wickage now. Give me some mixed signals. It'd be epic if I get in right there on the wick. I mean, that's like G status right there, So the idea, we go to 120,611. That's the place I would be looking for, which is the measured move. The measured move is the distance between two areas in which you create a pattern. So like when I look at the pattern, you have the wick all the way down to that wick. That is an uptrend from the original pattern, right? And so we would assume in a small town of the same populace and, organic food and all that, just the idea of what I was thinking, but works out. Anyway, Bitcoin, man, double top right here. Just think about it. If you lived in a small town and traded Bitcoin in some like third world country, right? And you were able to pull off $30, $50, $20 a day, it would change your life. You know what I mean? And there's people out there that I know do that. They do. They write me letters. They tell me stories. And I believe it's amazing. They say, hey, listen, Sam, you've changed my life. I never thought this was possible, and now it is. I love you, lifer. You can feel the bullish buzz in the air, Pumptober, etc. So grateful for you, Sammy. 101,000 subs. One of my great inspirations. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Yo Pro, man. We love you, brother. Jump on in. Okay. So we might get a bounce now. I'm happy I didn't chase. Yeah, I almost chased. I sold 119.3 and I almost chased right there. That might be the entry. We could consolidate here inside of a bigger flag. So look, let's zoom out for a second. Let's take a deep breath. Let's not go crazy with our emotions and do anything that could jeopardize our accounts. Nice and easy. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Right? So, yeah, I'd be looking for this, but it also is a bit of an M that hit resistance. It could come right back down to the downside. So now I'm going to get away from the live trade for a second. It doesn't look I'm going to be doing that. I almost FOMO'd right back in, but you saw me take profits. And when I take profits, it's usually a pretty good, topping signal. So we'll see what happens, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all, right? So moving forward. And shout out to all the exchanges that show up and put up every single day. Blessings and blessings. I saw Mexi out there with their giant, their huge booth. We saw Bit2Nex. But I do save the best for last. The best booth in the entire place. The people that spent the most money on marketing, and for a reason, like direct customer to marketing. They had two giant whales, pneumatronic whales, a non-matronic whale, moving around, and they were golden and kind of done with the Gucci lettering patterning. You know what I mean? It was official, man. I have to say, it was unbelievable. So the biggest booth in the whole game was the week's booth, man. They were dominating the space. And last year, they were one of the smaller exchanges. This year, they're creeping up. And they have, I saw BTCC, been around since 2014 or 15. 9 million traders worldwide. I saw weeks with 8 million already. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can verify numbers exactly, but that's what I saw, So take it with a grain of salt, research it yourself. But it seems like they have almost 8 million users. So they're competing with the biggest boys of the space, and they haven't even been around that long. So you got to realize why Weeks is one of the best, man. So anyway, and every time I go to an event, every time I see them, every time I see the team, Singapore, Dubai, there's such a unique vibe between the team. All the other exchanges, people are just doing their thing. The Weeks team is vibrant. They're young. And it's the COO. It's the guy that runs it. He knows how to get people going. He empowers the people that he works with. Yet he knows how to also lay down the law and get it done. It's, and when you see management, the way I would do management, it makes me excited because I know that has potential to grow. And it's not just going to be a cash grab that's in here and gone the next day. They're going to actually be a sustainable part of the crypto industry. So anyway, the weekly above the 200 move, way above, but the weekly making a bullish engulfing candle. It's very, very bullish, right? And then you can see, do we get back inside the pattern? And this pattern definitely broke out. So that looks very amazing here on the weekly. That's a bullish engulfing. The 5-day looks great too as well. When does the next 5-day candle close? In 9 hours and 22 minutes. And I always right-click this and hit countdown to bar close. I think it's in the labels. Yep, countdown to bar close. They moved it. In case you couldn't find it one day. They have moved it. I look at the 3-day chart, and now I start looking at the moving averages. I want to see where they are. And wow, the 3 days right there on that 21-day moving average with the curve. Looks very healthy, like I've seen many, many times in my life. And now look at the daily. What's up with the daily? The daily, John Daly, the best golfer in the game. Drink the 30 rack while he's out there. Straight up. Pounds Jim Beam while he's nailing it. Just absolutely destroying the golf game. It's amazing, right? That guy's unreal. If you know who I'm talking about, say yay. If you don't, say nay. All right? I just want to see I don't want to see what kind of people we got in the group. Like, do they know John Daly? Like, do they study the epicness of greatness? Or do they just, like, leave it to the wayside? You know what I mean? I got to know. All right, let's take a look here. Live chat. Let's take a look at the fan funding that's coming in right now. Okay, let's see it. Hey, Sam, it's a good time to buy Epic. I'll take a look at Epic. XDB, please. We'll take a look. Hey, Sam, love your ADA short term. Love you. ADA short term. Okay, Crypto Crick. I didn't forget you. I was exhausted, my man. Yeah, I didn't forget you. I saw the super chats. I was absolutely burnt out, man. I couldn't do them. I could have, but they wouldn't have been done right. I was speaking in tongues, my friend. So I didn't forget anything. Trust me. I was just at my wit's end. I was done. I was cooked. You know what I mean? So I apologize. I saw them at the very end. I was cooked, my friend. So I have to admit, I could cop out and say I forgot them, but that would be a lie. I saw them. I was just extremely tired. All right. All I know is he was in Happy Gilmore too. He was too. That's awesome that they got him in there, right? Yeah, he's the best. Smoking cigarettes while drinking a beer and healing on the golf course. He's a legend. Only he can do that. Yeah, only he could do what he pulled off. Yeah. And we'll take a look at Clash. We'll have a blast with all this. We'll talk about it. So anyway, what I'm seeing is this idea that this is a double bottom, right? So if you look at the bigger picture, the daily's like, but this is a double bottom. This is the cup. That's the handle, right? Blast. So you got the cup and handle, double bottom. Starting to look like it's supposed to, right? And then if you take the measured move from here to here, that sends us to about $129,000 to $130,000 BTC. So, Salmon's legendary, memorable, a gentleman, a mastermind, outstanding, a champion, relentless, visionary, fearless, unstoppable, priceless. Crypto Crick, I love you, man. Thank you so much. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me, like in a whole sentence like that. Like, that's unbelievable. We love you. Okay, so the daily looks like it's in a huge W. It's going to head further to the upside. Break both trend lines. The bottom trend line, the top trend line, and head all the way back to about 130,000 beans. All right, that's how many beans you can get. 130 beans. All right, and we'll get through all these super chats. We'll talk about it. We'll make it happen. Shout out to Underground Crypto if you're out there. Hope you're doing well. They may have got us just enough to believe it's a W. It's up to you, man. I trade what I see. You do what you want. It is what it is, right? If this wrecks you and you short it, you're going to be like, dang, why didn't I just do exactly what I was supposed to do? See? So, like, the point is, if you don't do what you're supposed to do every time, then you won't always do it. You'll trade a W sometimes, but you won't trade it the other time. You know, remember we called these bottoms? Remember we called this bottom there? I got wicked out. I went in and called these bottoms on the tweezer bottom. All you have to know is when the tweezer bottoms, it's highly likely a bottom. And if you traded every tweezer bottom, you might have lost, I'd say out of 100, I feel like I don't see how you could lose more than 35. I don't know, though. You know, anything is possible in trading, so. And now Bitcoin back to 190. You know, I love it when it dumps and I didn't chase. I'm like, whew. And it makes sense. We're going to break down where we're likely going to go and why. All right. So look, this is a heavy resistance area. You got to like think about paying the trader here. Just a lot of resistance. You know. So it tells me that there could be a little trouble getting back above like 119,700. 119,005 right there too. So what am I suggesting? There's a lot of lines. I'm talking a lot. Well, that's a W, and W's break up, and it already is broken up. Underground, my man, God bless you, brother. Thank you. People getting extra bullish. The hammer will drop soon. Happens every single time. Shout out to Brennan. Is that John Brennan? We don't need numbers. So there you have it. I see a bit of a, I see some trouble in paradise, right? And, you get through this resistance, okay. But right now we are at a bit of a resistance here for Bitcoin. forever. Resistance here too, and you're away from the 21. See how the 21 needs to curve? That's just unsustainable for me. That 21 and that and these candle bodies, they're going to have to come back and hang out. Like, you got to get the key inside. That has to touch. Has to. Like, I know it's crazy. And this will keep you off, speculating on other ideas and things that I feel like have way less probability. But you do whatever makes you happy, So what it's looking like to me is like we may get a nice little flag here, a bit of a Sammy cup in handy. We'll go sideways for about 2 to 3, maybe even 5, 6 days. I don't know how many. It doesn't matter. I'll get the signal when the signal, it'll all come together. The bot will also buy too, and we'll all know. Oh, the bot did wonderful, by the way. If you want to know more about my trading bot, or the bot in which I use, the bot in which I use to trade, the Minotaur trading bot. And so I go to BTC-USDT.P, okay? Go hit .P. That'll give you the perpetual contract. That's why I'm hitting .P. Just want to make sure you understand what I'm saying there. And we go to the... Nope. We go over 1, and we click on this, and we go to the alert system here, and I said open anyway. Ooh. Look at that. They just dumped the puppy immediately. So I just sold, and that's bearish. That's strong bearish div there. So I just really mastered the market, took my money, and got out in a pretty dang smart way. I don't know what they're doing here, but it's not letting me make my line. Oh, maybe it is white. Oh, it's white, and the background's white. See, that's why you can't use white background. And that's why I usually don't. But the way they set this one up, it just, you know what I mean? It goes against the grain here. Anyway, let's talk about the bot. So look, the bot here, the bot here, and the bot here. Then we went low, and we started to creep up. It added in leverage too for certain traders that wanted it, and it got 1, 2, 3 out, and got completely out of the trade. And I show people this bot has a 90% win rate, and nobody believes it, And then look, the last time you buy the bot right there, when the channel gets really tight inside, and the same thing I gave in the bot, and that did pump. That bot, it's actually pretty close to profit. The profit margin's right there. It's not trying to do too much. It got pretty dang close to profit there at 120,136. So, see, that thing about a bot, a human taking that would probably be a good idea. You're dang close. But the bot has to be, it doesn't look at circumstances, it just looks at what it has to, where it wants to go. All right, you got your liquidation calculator showing you all the liquidation levels that you need to pay attention to. All right, and you would know your liquidation level. See, liquidation price, 19, right? 67,000 is my liquidation price, okay? So Bitcoin would have to go to 67,000 to liquidate me, all right? And before that, we'll have parameters that we pull it off. And again, we'll teach you how to handle this. It's not simple. Nothing is, but nothing worth making massive gains is either. And I'll tell you, I put in about a whole Bitcoin when Bitcoin was about 60K. And it's now 1.3 Bitcoin, 1.34 Bitcoin, almost 1.4, right? So there you go. It's soon to hit a 40% win rate right there alone, just on my Bitcoin, right? And that's unheard of in less than a year. And on top of that, it's turned 60 grand into 152,000 which is over 100% gains. I've also compounded the Bitcoin with the wins of the tether. I buy more Bitcoin on dip days, adding to more bags that helps me produce more as well for the whole cycle. So it's like this consistent cycle that pays itself. I really, really like it. 22-hour time frame, and the best businessmen can create systems inside of their own business that pay that create payment channels. Really, seriously, and it's I don't know. My mind was blown today. Talked to so many people, and hanging out with Jamie Zeno, hanging out with Zeno. Zeno's one of the most interesting people I ever met, man. And I love history. Like, I'm someone that would go to a museum. I would read a history book, and what I do is I ask him things about history, man, and he fills in the blanks a lot for me. Unbelievable. Dude's an encyclopedia of knowledge. Like, one of the nicest, smartest people you ever meet. Seriously, and he's no frills, man. It is what it is. Like, ain't gonna tell you it's raining and piss in your shoe, I'll tell you that. So I want to see this get tight here on the 22-hour time frame, okay? And I want to see the 21 cross the 200. And I don't want to see a little bit of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder, and a nasty dump where they grab all this liquidity on this bar here at 110,000, which could very well happen. And I'd be okay with it, and I'd probably find the short. I'm so relieved I'm not in a trade right now. Like, I could be in a trade right now, and I would have been buried. Look, I moved those stop losses to break even and took profits like a smart trader. Pay the trader, Sammy. I don't know how I just made $1,700 in the last. I just made $1,700 in the last 2 hours. Pinch me and smack me, I'm dreaming. Well, I didn't mean to smack myself that hard. I think I was a little tired. Kind of hurt. So let's go to the daily. Same thing with the daily, just, the 21. Slagging a little bit. And whenever you get that space, you gotta start listening. So look, we're away from the 21. We're hitting major resistances. We have a pocket full of liquidity, a pocket full of posies. We got a pocket full of posers. So, yeah, I just see a pullback there for real. And that's going to be a beautiful coupe de handle. The coupe de handle, baby. Look at that beautiful cup and handle to the upside for Bitcoin. So it's starting to look pretty nice. And we've got previous supporters resistance at possibly 117,131. And there's a lot of chop here. Bounce, 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 bounce. Chop, chop, bounce, bounce, chop. Chop, chop right there. I just want to show you how much we've had chop, chop, chop on this line. This has been the year of chop for certain altcoins. It's been pretty brutal, to be honest. Let's take a look at the 8-hour time frame, too, as well. Getting overbought on the RSI and the stochastics as well with the 21 and the... Oh, no. The 21 still hasn't crossed the 200 yet. It's going to cross it, and then we're going to get a massive, massive move. Yeah, and then we're getting tweezer tops here on the 2-hour and the 1-hour. Yeah, so it just says to me, like, you're just going to get your sideways price action, and maybe it'll be here. I'm not saying it's going to be that long. Who knows? But the thing is, I see a flag. And we'll take it kind of as we've watched Congress play out over time. And so there. But, man, cup and handle to the upside. I like it. I like it a lot. And so, yeah, I'd just be looking for that retracement in some way, shape, or form. I also hit Alt-Fib, Alt-F, and trying to drag the fib up there and see, okay, 618 golden pocket, but you are between liquidity. If you come here, I feel like you would come to, 117.5. So that's the area we would be defending if we had some type of black swan dump, or I don't know what could happen. But 592 possibly now. So wow, and look at this. They are dumping this puppy hard right now with the bearish div that I called out for you on the 1-hour time frame. And I still stayed in, but I moved my stop losses to break even, and I took advantage of that move. And so shout out to anyone that did that with me and that had the sense to be humble Sammy. I was humble trader. Humble trader takes the money, all right? And yes, what color pants do I have on? Whoever can guess the color of my pants, all right? We're going to do something cool for you. I don't like to say things, but we're going to do something cool. Send us a tether, and we'll hook you up. Or email, once we pick you, email us with your tether address, all right? For no apparent reason. Thou shalt not pass. Double top, not a diamond. Yeah, I see it as, it could be taking, what I see is this. When I see the beginning stages of that, I see the right shoulder, bit of a head and a right shoulder, and takes you down. All right, can you guess the pants? All right. Let's see what people are saying here. Let's see what you think of me. All right. This guy says purple. You think I'm that much of a fruitcake, all right? All right, you think I'm on some purple pants fruitcake stuff. I get it. This guy says I'm in gay pants. 777s. I love you, man. You're funny. You got 777s, so you can't go wrong. You can't say anything wrong to me with 777s. Anything coming out of your mouth will make me laugh. Just shorted SEC. Look at that candle. Woof. Goodness, with the dumpage. I know, right? And we're going to break it down for you. Don't stress. We're here for the dump. Look, we just made gains. I covered myself so I didn't lose. I don't want to lose in front of people. I paid the trader over an hour ago. God bless you, man. I love that you did that. Did you pay the trainer or the trader? You're funny, man. All right, we have gay pants, purple, pink, gray. And I need every one of you. Olive gray, blue, yellow, khaki pants, blue, red, beige, navy blue, brown, khaki. Who is this guy, CryptoGent? Who's CryptoGent? You see this guy, CryptoGent? Everyone's saying beige pants, beige pants, beige pants. Where's CryptoGent? There he is right there. Oh, actually, Infinite Growth. Was it? No. It was CryptoGent up here, right? I really think it was CryptoGent. I want to make sure. Purple, yellow, brown, salmon, pink, right? Honestly, I can't see who said it first. I'm so bad at it. Well, you guys keep adding. Olive green, cocky pants. Let's see where it all begins. It begins somewhere right here, right? With the gay pants. This guy, man. Cocky, navy blue, pink. Rich Richie. From what I see, nailed it. Right there, Rick Richie said white pants. And he's 100% right. I got beautiful white pants on. They look amazing. They really do. Like, and again, who cares? It's just clothes. I mean, but you know, if we're on this earth and we don't know how long we're gonna be here, why don't we have some fun, man? Like, why don't we make it entertaining to dress? Like, I entertain myself with everything on this earth because it is what it is. Shout out to Master Friend, man. I'm making big trades like you told me I would, man. I knew one day I'd become a big boss. I knew it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And people want to know what's happening with this pump. They're freaking out. And I just took some profits, so I'll pay the traitor. Pay the traitor, boy. Pay the traitor. So, anyway. I'll break it down. So, let's do what we do. So, again, we see the cup and handle forming on the 1 hour time frame, right? If I can get off that, stop that. There you go. That's a little loud on my ear there. So we're looking for the 4 hour time frame to make this beautiful flag. And if it does, I mean, we're going to be in a beautiful, unbelievably great position for the, for the win. And the bulls, if you're a bull like you and me, we're going to win. And we're going to win, I call bigly. We're going to win very big. So I'm excited for what could be happening and where we're going. And there's a bunch of different ideas here. It doesn't have to be set in stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may be doing something like this. It might be a nice hot consolidation before a bigger pump. I just, I want to keep you guys on your toes. I want to keep you on the radar. And, the thing about this could be it here. It looks a little more likely. And then the massive wicks there, too, on the 4 hour time frame. And you can't pump until the 21-day moving average and the 4 hour reaches price. So, for me, and maybe we fill this candle and then go sideways. There's a chance this candle comes back up. I don't know exactly how we're going to form the next flag, but I do know there's like a 90% chance, maybe even a 98% chance that we fill this flag in some way, shape, or form. I don't know the exact form, but I know, pretty much the measured move and the idea of where it's likely going to go. Everybody, I met the tallest man in the world today. You know what I mean? I did, dude. I met the tallest man in the world today. I can't believe this. Master Friend, man. Master Friend, bro. I thought about you, man. You know this guy. I know you know this guy. I'm going to post it to the group right now. You guys aren't going to believe it. I know you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe who I met today, man. I met the tallest guy in the world. I seriously did. Like, I know it sounds so crazy. I watch him all the time. I'm obsessed with this guy. Like, I know him so well, And I saw him, and I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it, everybody. He was right there in the flesh. Oh, I'm having a hard time posting it. I got to post it to the group. I got to show everybody real quick. I don't need to waste your time. I'm going to show you so much technical analysis. Trust me, I'm going to help you guys. Just let me be a person sometimes. Let me be a person, just maybe 12% of the time, let me be a person who talks about my day and, kind of feels like something other than the charts is real. Just here and there. But we all know the only thing that matters is the charts and the gains. And you guys, you're here for the money. I get it. You want to change your lives. I want you to change your life too. I changed my life. Why would I want you to go after the same things I was going after? We all want the money. We want the gains. We want the gusto. Let's get real, right? I thought I just posted this. And it's not there. It's taking its time. It's going to come. It's going to come. All right? But do you guys know who I'm talking about? I don't think some of you know. Who knows who I'm talking about over here? Hey, over here. Amazing website. Visit cryptolifer.com. Yeah, that website's amazing. Wait, I bought Inspect. Yeah. Danny DeVito over there. Sam is out here making his dreams come true, man. Jamal, man, I love you, brother. More than you would ever know, man. You got to come over to the house, man, when I come home, man. Underground crypto in the house. Hey, we love you because you're a great person all the time. You be you, friend. Hey, you be you too, kid. Dude, I met the biggest guy in the world. His hand is the size of my face. No, his hand is bigger than my face, bro. This isn't real. Like, this is the biggest man in the world, man. I freaked out when I saw him. I've been watching videos of him for years. I couldn't. I was like a little kid. I was like, oh my God. And I couldn't get too excited. I don't want to freak him out. And he doesn't understand English, but I was like, man, I love you. I watch you with your mom, and I watch you with the kids in the town, and they all love you. He travels the world, man. He has events. People want to see him. And he gets paid to go all around the world, man. And this is insane, right? This is a real dude. It's a real guy, man. This is a real guy. Like, this is insanity. He's 9 feet tall. He's 9. He makes Master Friend look small, bro. Master Friend, he makes you look small, bro. Isn't that crazy? You're 6'7", and he makes you look small. Well, 6'8". I don't even, maybe 6'9". Anyway, we got some big boys in the trading group. Trading group got some tall beams. I don't know what it is about my group, but it's like multiple men over 6'8", 6'6", 6'7". We got giants in the group. But yeah, man, I love this guy. What a nice guy. And he wasn't, he didn't choose to be born this way. He has that pituitary gland problem that makes him grow. He didn't choose to be born this way, right? Anyway, back into the charts. So look, I got a bot that runs amazingly well. And I have a link to the bot in the description. It bought here, it bought here, it bought there, waited for the bottom, and then patiently took nasty profits right there. Bang, 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 bang. And then it recently got in right here too. The bot just bought right there at 117,457. And I'm telling you right now, something's brewing with this bot, man, and it's getting crazy. So pay attention. And this bot is being sold through me. You can hit a link and find out more. I do receive a commission. I think it's amazing. I've been using it, and I told you how much it's turned, I put a Bitcoin in there, turned it into 1.3 Bitcoin, which is amazing. That's 30%. And then I put the Bitcoin in when it was 60 grand, and I've compiled it, so now I have 152,000. 1.3 is, a decent size, 150K of Bitcoin. So it turned 60K to 150. All me just letting it run. It just does its thing. It does its thing. All right. For the day, dream away. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, dream away, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Okay, also, I'm crazier at night than I am in the morning. So you guys are watching like a Saturday night type of guy because I'm different at night. I don't know why. Am I like a vampire? Something happens. I'm just not the same at night. I'm night shift Sammy. You know what I mean? I worked a night shift for years. I'm loose like a caboose at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Can we get all the way up here to 124,007? I don't know what that means, but I made it up. Don't try to figure it out, all right? It didn't sound right, all right? And if I had my little tool, I would have went, wah, 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 wah. So we're waiting for this 21-day moving average to come all the way down to price action, okay? Let's pull a nice little safe Fibonacci. It's not a Fibonacci, but it would be funny if it was. It's a Fibonacci. Is it a Nucci or a Nazi over here? I'm going to name my kid Nachi. I'm going to name my first kid Fibbo. And when they hang out together, I'm like, Fibonacci, come downstairs. That's actually funny. I actually think that's funny. I should laugh at my own jokes, though. So this looks like we can get to the 21-day moving average and continue to pump. But I should do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Who cares? I'll laugh at my own jokes. So let's look for this to go sideways. I mean, you got a bearish div. You got strong bearish divergence. And honestly, let me pull a fib here. What's likely going to happen is you're going to come right back down here, somewhere to 115,000. Wreck a bunch of people. Right? Why not? And another thing that could happen is this. You could get this shoulder, this head, and possibly your right shoulder. Remember, today was Wednesday. It's like pump day, and we pumped on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We pumped the entire week. We were blessed, everybody. Sam must have gone on a trip. Every time I go on a trip, Bitcoin goes absolutely berserk. Someone on my trading group's like, I've been locking all your trips, and every time Bitcoin, you go on a trip, man, you make massive gains off Bitcoin, bro. He's like, you've done it every time. He's like, even all the way back to Nashville. You did it in Dubai, and you did it here in Singapore, Sam. He's like, you made more money than you usually do back at home. And I always say to people, every time I go on a trip, I say, I make more money when I travel, man. How is that possible? You're more distracted. You know why? I don't look at the charts as much, and I let the trades play out instead of actually taking profits early. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, I don't get to touch the charts. So, like, I was in a plane. I had no access to the internet. I couldn't believe it. I knew I was in a huge trade, and I couldn't see Bitcoin. It was bugging me out. Another thing I want to show you, too, about divergences is sometimes it's not the way you think it is. So, like, this divergence here moves to the upside. You get your swing up into your swing up. And this moves up here, too. And that creates bearish div. Another thing I want to say about the channel really quick, because I talk so fast that even though I tell you other things about my life and I teach way more than other people because I fill it with even more information. So because I talk so fast, you learn even more even when you hear about my life and all the background story. Most people are sitting there like this. This is a regular live stream for crypto. And I got in here and, you know, I'm just waiting and I back tested. This level's pretty good. And, yeah, I mean, you guys, you know, this is what it is. Like, that's a normal live stream. I've watched them all. I've watched everyone else that does technical analysis. The only guy that's somewhat entertaining, Crypto Face and Tom Crown. Everyone else is kind of just, I can't watch it. I gotta have some fun, man. You know what I mean? For me personally, and again, I'm not trying to hate. I just, you know, I like the fun. I like the excitement. That's what makes our channel different. You know what I mean? We like the vibe. We like that movement. We like that play around, you know, open, just, you know, you don't have to be so tight all the time. So we're looking for this 21, and God bless everyone that streams. Everyone's finding their way. I'm not trying to hate on any streamer. I love everybody. But can't I say that, you know, some things are boring, man, and some things are. All right? I'm just going to tell how it is. Dang. Don't. The messenger, you know, I don't want to say anything yet lately. So I'm seeing the 4 hour, man. It looks cooked. I'm happy I didn't chase. They almost got me to chase it. I'm so smart I didn't. I sold a little early, but I sold like $300 early. You know what I mean? And I was up bigger too at the time, you know, and I could have made almost $2,700, but I came out with 17. Hey, it was an hour and a half of work, man. And I was actually at a Chinese restaurant for most of the time. So, hey, past the duck rangoon over, you know, they don't have duck rangoon, but if they did, it's always crab. So there you go. Can you go all the way down there, or do you get a steeper retracement? To me, it doesn't really matter what happens. It matters when the 21 touches price. That's what matters. And if you can understand that concept for the rest of your life, you could print money like a gumball machine, my friends. Just every single time you turn that bottom, another gumball pops out, 25 cents in the till, day in and day out, right? Again, you got to figure this out for yourself, get the education. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying to you should be taken as such. Please do your own due diligence before getting into any coin project or trade. I also want to talk about my relationship to you. You're a student, I'm a teacher. That's it. I'm never going to go over your portfolio. I'm never going to tell you what to buy and sell. I'm not going to tell, you know, because that's not my thing. I don't know how much money you make. I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I never really desired to do that either. You know, I want to watch you empower yourself. I want to see you make big gains for yourself. I want to see you change the world like I know you can. All right? I'm not going to be here forever. There's some people on the stream that are younger than me, and when I pass, you guys have to carry the torch. I want you to continue this energy that I've created. See, we've created an energy cycle here on this channel, and I want you all to keep it moving. All right? This is the point. When I'm gone, they don't have to remember my name. It would be great if they do. But they just have to remember my energy. Like I was talking to someone today, and I said, you don't know my mom, but you're talking to her right now because she's so full of light and inside of me, and she makes me so happy. Like, she gave me so much good qualities that when I talk to someone and I'm in a good mood, we're vibing, you are talking to my mom. You're getting the essence of who she was. You're getting the energy she placed into me. She gave me my mom was awesome, man. She's one of the greatest people you ever meet, man. You know, one of the employees of Weeks came up to me today and he said, you know, I lost my mom after you did. He said, it's been so hard. And she was only like 48 years old. She died of breast cancer, and he showed all her pictures, and man, I hugged him and we both cried our eyes out. You know what? And I don't care. I don't give a dang who judges me for it. I don't, man. I don't. I never have, and I never will, baby. So here's the deal. The bearish div too as well. You know, and I didn't know he was going to come up today with that story, and I didn't know I was going to bring it up today, and it was going to make me heartfelt. But I can't hide how I feel about life, and I can't hide my passion, right? The bullishness is we could make a flag here. You know, you got to be open-minded to anything that's possible. So what if we bounced? You know, it also looks more like a head and shoulder, and I believe the odds are lighter, but like that's a head and shoulder that could come right. We could come right back down to here. It makes sense, right? And look, you got a gap in the VRVP. There's your high volume node. There's your secondary high volume node. fall right to this key area. Bang! Liquidity grabs, right? So that's what we're looking for. Let's get Bookmap up and running here so I can see what's happening in the heat map and show you where we're likely going to go. All right? Where we're likely going to go. All right. I'm getting rid of this projection because it's a little much. We might get the bounce here. See this? That's previous support as resistance. Let's see if we can get the bounce for BTC. And hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love. If you're not spreading your love, what are you doing in this world? Like, if you're not spreading your love, then what are you doing? If you can't spread love, we got to find out why. If you don't have love to spread, we got to know where it's coming. Why? That's another, And if you wake up in the world not willing to spread your love, we have to understand what happened to you that makes you not want to do that. Because if every single one of us were ready to spread that love, I'm telling you right now, this world would be an amazing place. It really would be. And it would be awesome. So look, we might get tight inside this flag and continue to pump. It's not over till it's over. You need to use your brainstorming skills right now and look and think out the box. Where everyone else is going to see opportunity, we have to be the ones that find possible opportunity. When everyone else doesn't think it can happen, we have to be the ones that make it happen. When everyone thinks it could go up or down either way, we have to be the ones that show and prove, right? So the 1 hour time frame looks interesting. We might get a bounce here. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames and see how it's coming up against the 200 moving average. So we know the story, Morning Glory. We have a bullish divergence here on the 1 minute time frame. Take a look. What is bullish divergence? Well, you usually get pretty low on the stochastics. You had two. Last time you had one this clean was right here. You went below the dotted line, and the secondary one came a little bit above, and then this one went further down very, very, savagely there. That's a beautiful bullish div. Swing down to swing up. It's even kind of a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder there, and that just wasn't negated. This kind of has a shoulder head, right shoulder was negated too as well. This looks like a shoulder head, right shoulder that just didn't. This kind of, this is an M pattern that finally did get the breakdown. And then here's the bullish divergence here that I just found. Look what's happening off the bull div. We just bounced off 118.5 all the way back up to 119,000. This is a bit absurd, no? We found bullish divergence on the 1 minute. I found it like a second later than I could have to get that move. I don't think I was going to chase it anyway. 3 minute above the 200 moving average. It's a very bullish sign for me on the small time frames too, that they could get busy and continue to pump. I like this. And it also defied kind of a shoulder, double top, head, and shoulder there. So, wow. So the bullish divergence came in on the 1 minute. And then we got a massive move to the upside. Unreal. That's crazy. Let's take a look at the 5 minute time frame. Yeah, right back above the 200 moving average. Like signs of life. Yet again, like nothing ever happened. And there's the 15 minute. We got our first tweezer bottom on the 15 minute time frame. That could make a nice move here to the upside. It may not be this big. The more I look at it now, it may be a lot smaller. The consolidation may not take forever. So only time will tell. Yet again, we shall see. It's not like 100% here, but man, this would be my next possible trade, while everyone else is closed-minded and believes they know where Bitcoin's going. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going. Because of that, I'm able to trade it. If I knew where Bitcoin was going, what have I said? Bitcoin is definitely going down. I'm putting in a style. It's definitely going down, and then boom, they hit me off. Bitcoin's definitely going to go sideways and pump. I don't know. I don't say stuff like that. I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. I don't. What I do know is if I show up every single day and put my best foot forward, I'll have a high probability win rate. That's all I do know. And so I do that. I do exactly what I just told you. I put my best foot forward no matter what I do. My business relationships, whatever we do on this channel, and the same for you. Whatever you're doing in life, make sure you put in your all. No matter what you're going through, no matter what job you hold, no matter how many siblings you have, no matter all the ups and downs. Maybe you have a stepdad that's not your favorite. I don't know. A lot of people have a lot of things in their life that aren't perfect. Find your way out, keep pushing, and if you got to get out, you got to get out, right? But I just want to let everyone know life isn't easy. And if you're going through a bunch of struggles right now, so is a lot of other people. How you maintain through those struggles, how you push yourself, and how you become disciplined is really going to be the main way you survive. All right? So Bitcoin. I like this bounce, but could it make a right shoulder now? It very well could and roll over. You want to see this thing bounce and go sideways. And it looks more and more likely as we head further down, too, on that 15-minute RSI, you see? And it's kind of hidden bullish divergence in a way, and that's what you want to start seeing. Actually, you'd have to, hold on. I mean, it is some hidden bull. Don't give me that bull. What do you mean? It's bull div. But look, that is hidden bullish. It says you'll break this high before that high. It could start to get tight inside the flag. It's interesting. Now it's got my goat going a little bit here. And I'm like, all right, what are you doing to me now? The 1 minute, yeah, above the 200 there on the 15, the 30. And now it's like trying to creep back in the good graces. It's almost like, could you say, is it going to do this and stay inside the pattern? It's messing with the diagonals. I was with a guy yesterday. He trades diagonals at support of resistance. Like, he keeps this diagonal going, and when he hits the support of resistance, he knows it's a good time of confluence, or it's a grab, or whatever he thinks, you know. Wow, back to 119, 174 that fast. Like, it looks like it was going to go all the way the other way, and then just boom, right? And kind of what did we talk about? The bullish div, the hidden bullish div on the 15, right? The 30-minute looking absolutely robust. The 1 hour looking like it's going to get really nice sideways price action. So things are really starting to come together here, and it's exciting. And what if tonight we continue to pump to $123,000 BTC? Another $4,000 jump for the king of crypto, right? Bitcoin, baby. Satoshi's dream. Satoshi's dream. BTC. Shout out to the BTC exchange too, man. My people's over at BTCC. You gotta love it. Trading that NASDAQ. I gave you the call on the NASDAQ for BTCC, and we've had a blast. They're actually doing really good over there too. Shout out to the whole team at BTCC. Saw them at here, and they were just, I don't know, the vibe was right. They had a really good team. And yeah, just I like seeing it. It's interesting. I like getting closer to the exchange business and watching how people push themselves. They're like the hardest working people in the exchange business, and they're very competitive because it's a highly competitive space. And because of that, you know, you do see, you know, some people can't handle it, but other people, it pushes them to be better, right? And they find a way to become even better. So on BTCC, I normally trade the NASDAQ, right, at Tech 100, but I'll trade Bitcoin too. It doesn't matter, and I have many times. I like to keep things compartmentalized a little bit, and I just love that I can trade the NASDAQ here, all right? I just want to give you kind of a look at what the NASDAQ's doing. We gave you a call on the NASDAQ on the daily time frame a long time ago, like, I don't know, a week and a half to 10, something like that, maybe even 2 weeks. And that thing played out absolutely beautiful to the upside and made a massive, massive gain, right? So when when we looked at it when it first came out, NASDAQ, right? And what I did is I drew this as a symmetrical triangle, and it didn't look pretty, but I said, a lot of people, they shoulder, head, and shoulder them. See, they made a head and shoulder pattern. But you can see that's just getting tighter and tighter in the zone. And it was only a matter of time it was going to break out. But I needed each and every one of you to believe in me. You complete me. You complete me. No, but look at that. I mean, $25,000 yet again. All-time high. So now we got a small look at the smaller time frames and see, do we see something worth getting in on? Yeah, so like it's very similar to what happened to BTC, and it looks like it may hold this level. Like, so we got the pump, the initial pump, then it dumped, but now it's like, it's saying, hey, you may not want to leave just yet. There's some other stuff out there and some other things. And so I don't know. People will figure out what they want to do. I got out of the trade here because it just felt like this on the NASDAQ when it pumped up somewhere here. And then I got into this flag and I sold that pump. You see, like, because it's like, man. And I haven't really traded the NASDAQ since because it's been high. It's so volatile. And I'm better at that volatility with Bitcoin. So I just let it live and let be, right? The same thing with Bitcoin, though. Isn't that funny? Looking for the same, this sideways trajectory in the ascending triangle. Okay. Nice bounce. We did get the bounce, in fact, back to the upside here for BTC. Amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. And now we can see how tight price action can get. And I would be watching your 15. I'd be watching your 1 hour. And maybe a little bit of the 4 hour, but you probably can't see a dang thing, So yeah, I'd be watching this key level, man. to see what could happen for BTC, right? And I want to make sure that my volume is perfect. Could I go up a little more there? I went up a little tiny bit there on that audio. I still can't believe I met the tallest man in the world today in Singapore, man. Look at me. I got to crouch down because I'm so tall. No, I'm just... Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Master Friend of the House. We love you. We really do. You're awesome. Good person. So, yeah, you see what and again, this is also resistance. See where these two candles hit right here? Right there? Resistance. Bounce. Resistance right there, too, as well. So, kind of starts giving you this idea that we could be getting this bounce, right? I'd like to see this consolidate, and then that would be the next beautiful pump. We got to keep doing these little pumps. We can't have huge pumps that have to take dumps. We have little pumps, sideways price action. Little pumps, sideways, and that is how you make a sustainable movement, right? Because you're not going to be hurting yourself. You're going to be able to rebuild when it's time and focus on what matters, right? And that's key. That's awesome. 119 for BTC. So what it comes down to is we watch this flag, right? And that looks, I mean, you can get in right now with a stop below 118, 294 even, and who knows? And I'm not a financial advisor. And again, I know nothing but the fact of my ignorance. I don't know where Bitcoin's going. I don't have a clue. I don't, So I can see patterns, and the patterns give me probability, and I play them based on that. But when I take a pattern or I do anything, it's just me taking a probability that I've backtested in my subconscious mind. Nothing more, nothing less. I never want to make it seem like it's a bigger deal than it is. Okay? It's just you feed your mind the charts for as much as I did. Find a model, repeat the model, play with the model, and then just kind of, continue to do what you do every single day. It's the second you stop and start questioning yourself is the second it's over. So you can't do that, right? For me, look at me. Like, I should be a testament to you guys. Like, and I say this a lot on the channel, I think, because it's important. But we talk about, who you want to be as a trader. We talk about what you want to do when you finally make it as a trader. Like, what do you want to do? Figuring out what you want to do with the money before you get there and actually start putting things in motion, for me, is the biggest deal. It's a game changer. Like, it's manifestation at its highest point, right? When I really desire something too, I draw it out. I draw it, and then I put it in perspective, right? Wow, somebody said in the UK, 12,000 people arrested for posting on social media, some for just liking a particular post at the end of the day. He said it's similar to what happens in Afghanistan. Oh my God. If we lose the ability for commenters to state their opinion and share opinions on social media, it's over. And the globalists win the totalitarian socialist governments. I mean, they're coming on us, man. I can feel it. The digital IDs in the UK, digital IDs now here, right? Banning all the stuff up there in Canada. It's getting crazy. I fight for each and every one of you. I love you all. I want to see the fellow man continue to win. That's my goal here every single day. And I hope you can continue to help that happen, right? I don't want to get into anything else. I just love you all, and that's crazy. So look, that could roll over too as well on that 15. I don't know. I like that though. The fact that we're touching the 21 is pretty good, but let's look at our 4 hour. The 4 hour is really the time frame we want to pay attention to. It's really saying all this stuff is like, it's all looks good, but it's not the sauce just yet. Like right now when I look at this, it's just like, okay, Bitcoin in the middle of nowhere, doing nada surf. And, those tweezer tops are bearish. There's some bearishness here, but again, I would just flag out the 4 hour and wait for the 21 to come touch it. I'd put up both these like this and just wait for the 21 to touch it. And then whichever one did, listen to some songs, get yourself ready, and execute. I like trading. What music do you like to trade to? Of course, you know me. I'm in that house bass music, baby. Bass, house bass. Bass, house bass, house bass. Bass, house bass. All right. I met the tallest man in the world. I know you know it already, but I just can't. I still can't. I can't comprehend how large he was. It was insanity. It was like nothing I'd ever seen in my life. I'd never seen a human that big. He could have eaten me. I shouldn't say that because I don't think he would eat me. You know what I mean? But he was a nice guy, man. I actually really like the guy. I've been watching him online for years. And I know all about his story, who he is. And it boggled my mind. It really did. It boggled my mind. Funny, so I would watch this too. That could be a bottom buy. It really could. I'm going with the 5, the 15. Yeah, I mean, right now we're holding trend line pretty nicely. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right, moving forward, we're going to jump on into those super chats and see what you people are saying. We got a lot to cover, so let's see if we can jump on in and get them done. I know we can. I just want to make sure we do. There's something I wanted to read there that came in so fast, but it came in so fast I didn't get a chance. Someone says, number 1, thank you. God bless you, man. I appreciate that. I like what you just said, Sammy. You're my mentor. I need to do better and be more consistent with a 2-year-old. It's hard because I want to spend time with him, but I need to do this for his future. Yes, but there's a balance, and there's a way to get it all done together with God's will, man. Just submit to God and stop trying to control everything. Life will flow exactly how it's supposed to. You'll become part of the ether already, and just go with the energy. You know what I mean? Just go with the energy, baby. Just go with the energy. Someone said the camera froze. I heard you. I heard you. The camera, baby, the camera. And we don't know why it did that, but we'll see what happened here. See if we can get some reaction here. Back in. Camera! What are you doing to me over here? We can plug in and plug out. Oh yeah, I heard it unplugged for some reason. I don't understand why. Actually, that's what the sound that I heard. And I'm like, why are you doing that to me, camera? There, we should be back on in a second. I don't see why we're not. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for saying something. I appreciate that. Which country is that tall guy from? He's from Turkey. How about ASTER, man? That's the greatest reset for ASTER price. Yeah, we'll see. Is it time? Or your camera is frozen in that frame? No, it's me just doing this. I don't able to talk to because I'm like a ventriloquist and I keep talking in and out and I not. Yes, would you like a banana? Or would you like orange juice? Or some pancakes? What? This is how ventriloquists talk. They can talk just like this without moving their mouth. No, horrible at it. I'm not good at it at all. Hi, would you like to come to the last thing? Get on the beam, and it takes you all the way. It really does, man. Until you're ready to get off. I don't know when that happens. I think I'll be on the beam into my next life. Yeah. That's not a turkey. That's a net. Oh, man, you're funny, man. Is the world's tallest man in crypto? He is. He likes cryptocurrency, man. He believes it could change the world. You know, that's what got me really excited when I saw him. I was like, you're into crypto? He's like, I love the crypto. He got really big boys. Oh my gosh, Bitcoin is flying back to kind of where I just sold it at, and this is getting kind of crazy. You know, it's acting so volatile, like there's no way to know. Chasing, racing, pacing, erasing, you know what I mean? Like defacing, debasing. I mean, that looks official now, too, on the 1 minute time frame. I mean, it could just give itself that extra sauce. And get tight on the right side. So you're looking for kind of like consolidation in the zone, right? You kind of have a shoulder head or right shoulder there, something like that. You're looking for that to get tight. I still feel like the 4 hour is a little sketchy. This is where my system has a like kind of, you know, I'll hit, and then we get towards an extended area. I'll look at the bigger time frames. I'll look at the smaller time frames. I'll go back and forth, and, you know, it'll just, you know, I'll have to kind of decide whether I'm what I'm going to look for or what I'm going at. Sometimes the TA fits it perfectly and tells me exactly what to do. Like the last 2 days with the flag. Other times you got to figure it out. You got to work it. You know, it's not always going to be bread and butter. It's not always going to be cookie cutter. There's going to be times you have to work this magic and make it happen. Seriously. You got to put in the work. Episode 1777. Thank you for saying that. Some of my team should have mentioned that. Episode 1777, baby. And that's why it was funny. Today I was on my 77. But shout out to everybody here. Episode 1777. Man, please check out ARB. Where support targets. Ooh, that sounds juicy. So Lakochi Coker, he's asking about Cardano and virus on Sol. As Bitcoin continues to do damage, it very well may just continue to pump. Like, wow, this is crazy. All right. When I become a successful trader, I will buy land and design and build a small home for myself. I'll trade in my Ultima for a 2022 Porsche Panamera 4S. Hey, God bless you. That's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. You just keep telling yourself that no matter what, it will, and it does. It does. Anything you put your mind to becomes reality every single time. If you're weak-minded, you're likely to have a weak reality. You know, isn't that crazy? But it's true. So true. So we told you the odds are that the 4 hour is going to collapse on you further down. But there's a chance you get some, you know, a couple of scalps here on the 1 minute time frame. I don't, you know, but the odds are pretty high that that's not going to be the case. So I saw a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. You know, it just didn't look amazing to me. Why did I back out? Well, a couple reasons, you know, but I wanted to see this bounce up back to the upside here first before I decide. You know, I'm in Cardano long term, but a swing trade would be nice here if you can just get this bounce, because then it's so big it likes to consolidate. So a bigger coin can give me personally a safer entry because it shows me key things that I wouldn't see without it, right? I'm able to say, okay, well, you know, and I love, well, you know what I love too is negations of negative patterns. Like when I see a pattern that's supposed to dump and we get like a, you know, we get this move, like you have this pattern here and then you just get this bounce back to the upside. That's amazing, right? So we're looking for this to consolidate a little tighter. And I see Cardano going all the way to $2.10, girl. So Cardanza, baby. Ada Lovelace. Everyone knows why they call it Cardano. Who wants to know why they call it Cardano? Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Well, you know why, right? It was two mathematicians, right? You have Geronimo, right? Girolamo Cardano. And then you have Ada Lovelace, okay? And this is what Charles was doing when he made the names here, right? Ada Lovelace, and she was a mathematician, okay? And they say she built what was known to be as one of the first computers ever in the history of math. It's pretty fascinating. And self-taught person too. And Augusta Ada King. Oh yeah, no, Augusta Ada King, Countess of Lovelace. Same, yeah, I was about to say that's the same person. Ada Lovelace. So that's why they call Cardano Ada. All right. I just want you to understand that. He pays homage to the mathematicians that came before him. And it's pretty cool, right? You know, both of them are named, you know, so he combines that name there for Cardano. Who didn't know that? Who didn't know that about Cardano? Who just learned a fun fact about Cardano today? Who didn't know that about Cardano? Right? Anybody not know? I'm smoking a Cardano right now. He says, hey, I bet you are. Shout out to you. Over here. Hey, give me a Cardanza over here. So now we're going to jump into the altcoins. And we're going to start finding out more and more about these super chats, what's happening, and if there's opportunity out here in the charts. Don't shrink the charts. That's what you need. You need the other one to come forward here. Okay. Hey, Sam, is it a good time to buy Epic? Let's take a look at EPIC with the fan funding. Thank you so much. We'll take a look at Epic. EPIC. Epic chain here. Okay. You know, I don't love the market structure at all. If I research it and I believed it could go somewhere, but for me, that just hasn't happened. Me and my group haven't brought it up too much recently too as well. I feel like it was just, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to open this up and make sure you put your fib at the exact place you need to, right on that wick, right there. And end it right there. So it's at the 618.65 golden pocket, which telling us that is a key area to buy. It really is. It's like, so that's amazing. That tells me this should go sideways and likely go up. But only time will tell. It does look pretty interesting. Shoulder, head, maybe a right shoulder brings it a little lower and then flips it. I like the bounce off the 618. It's healthy. You get down here, though, and you go down here, that's not healthy. So that's not what we want to see, but it could happen. All right? Nothing is guaranteed here in this channel and in this life. I just want to make that really, really clear. Let's take a look at XDB and see what's happening to XDB in the spot. XDB chain by MEXC. All right. So right off the bat, I'm going to show you a couple things. Is this Digibyte from back in the day, right? It is, right? It's Digibyte. I'm almost positive. No, it's XDB chain. It's its own chain. So here we have this beautiful falling wedge that falls down right to the 200 moving average. Okay? Very strong. Here we have, man, right? This beautiful cup. Now, see that higher high? See, I just want you to understand something. See right there and there? Now, you would say, but this goes up and that goes up. But look, if you continue to draw this and continue to draw that, they would eventually intersect. It might take a while. It might take somewhere over here, but they will. And if they intersect, it's divergence. You see? So there's a good odds that some people have no clue, like, or they might have something in their life giving them heavy cortisol or stress, and they don't realize they're causing stress, right? So if you are causing stress or you feel stressed out, first thing I want you to do is go into nature. That resets your whole vibe, turns you into puts you in a better spot. Then you want to pray if you can, if you have that relationship, and then you want to just kind of really begin to be nice to others. And that will be contagious for you and really help you form a stronger relationship with the women in crypto and the men in crypto and the people that are all here, because we want to create a strong bond. We want everyone to feel safe and amazing here in cryptocurrency. And for that to happen, each of us has to let down our guard, spread the love. And if we continue to do that, I mean, I believe there's, Singapore is an example of how a society can be not as corrupt. Maybe behind the scenes, I don't know what else goes on, but out here it's clean. Kids walk the streets. There's no crime. I could go outside right now and put my GoPro on a park bench, and I could walk away. I could come back in 20 to 30 minutes. My GoPro would still be sitting there, or someone would have given it to like a lost, you know what I mean? But honestly, no one would even touch it because nobody wants to get in trouble. No one wants to get themselves, you know what I mean? It's amazing. When you lay down the law, people listen, man. Right? People listen. You can't even chew chewing gum there. That's illegal. Isn't that crazy? Because they don't want to have to clean all the chewing gum off the road, so they're all set. You're not going to come to their country and spew chewing gum everywhere, so they have to clean it because you did. You know what I mean? They're very like, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. Wow, XDB looks nice to me. I'm going to pull a fib now, too. Came right back down to the 618.65 fib. I mean, hey, it checks off all the boxes. You see what I'm saying? It checks off all the boxes. All the boxes. Still can't believe I let the tallest man in the world, man. The biggest man ever. I think he's small. He's bigger than Ralph Waldo, too. Yeah. So that's in a cup and handle. All right. Coming back on the 618, that's like a big deal. When you get the cup and handle back on the 618, right? Previous support, or previous resistance is support. Cup and handle on the 818, previous resistance. Is huge support, which it is too. That looks very, very interesting. Hold on, let me post the actual chart too. Might want to do that over here. Send it on in. Send it on in, Sammy. Send it on in. Okay, let's get to that next chat. Easy coming in. And Sue, who is this? We got Torrin Matthews ask about XDB. Thank you so much. And Sirgun Ron asked about Epic. We nailed both of those for you. Thank you. CryptoCrick, hey Sam, love your ADA short term. You forgot me yesterday. Let's take a look at ADA short term. God bless you, brother. Let's take a look at Cardano. It's hard for me to look at it short term. I get so much information from the bigger time frames, right? But like short term, I just see it going up and down, getting tighter and tighter until eventually it dies off. You know, every year we go through a cycle of it and it's gone. So I just see tightness and then a blast. And then this push up will be tough because a lot of hockey players that play and then the bounce back. But they're, you know, so bang. You know, in hockey, you come up, you chest, you hit it. Basically, you bypass. You might just retest real quick, right? Pass it off for them. I'm just joking. Cardano's above the 200 moving average, and you're very tight. I see a shoulder head and a right shoulder there, and I see tightness. Again, we're bouncing off that 200 moving average, but today we bounced just like that for Bitcoin on that swing trade. So, wow, Bitcoin back to 192.20, 119.222. What happened? So look, I mean, it just looks like it's going to flag out now. That pump kept it away from like going, basically, like my thing is this: people took profits here, but you can see there's a lot of resistance here, saying that a lot of people are like, I don't know if that's a great place to sell. I almost wish I had just stayed inside the trade, but I'm happy. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm happy that I made gains when I did, because I can continue to do that and make that a habit. And if that's the habit that I've made for myself, which has been amazing, I love the habit. It's been a great habit. Then we should begin to win, right? Okay. And then we see this tightness here too as well, and a resistance up here. Okay, and then a support. So Bitcoin's in a range with a top at 119.8 and a low at about 118.5. And if it loses 118.5, it's likely going to drop down and test 116.6. If it gains 119, it goes to 20,000 and it goes to 123K. So I'm more bullish than bearish for sure, but I can tell when the right times are to get in a chart, and I know it's not right now. All right, so that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you guys see me whenever I'm in, and I'm in for how long I can be, and then I decide when it's time that it's just not panning out. It's not doing the do, so to speak, right? It's not what you're looking for. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I could stay on it all day long, but we can't. Cardano getting very tight inside the zone. I could see Cardano making a pretty big move not too long from now. Does ASTER look like it's going to rip? Says Kaz Jong-un. You guys are funny, man. Korea forever. You're funny, man. This guy's... I wonder who that is. Is that Master Friend? I'm messing with you, man. I do think you have a sense of humor. You might be able to pull that off, though, if anyone, you know what I mean, for like a couple weeks. But I don't think you'd be able to pull it off for as long as this guy's not. I believe he's organic. I believe he's a real one. He's not an NPC. Can you let them know? Do you, like, pick me up from the train station and tell them I'm not an NPC, you know? AERO. Oh, so look at it. ASTER, I mean, you have to remember, it's got CZ's money behind it, and a lot of people speculate in the market. And then we're actually, if we get alt season and things start to rip, and funny, he took this whole time to pull it out at the last minute. So, and we're basically at the 618 golden pocket. We're very close. We're about to be there. So bang, look at that. It's all sitting up pretty nice. So I like to see the bounce there. Now shoulder, head, right shoulder. It looks bearish. They keep, taking away sunlight. It's crazy. Anyway, but I want to see this thing bounce off the 618 or maybe even the 686 and continue to the upside. Yeah. ASTER, baby, ASTER. I mean, you really taking a shot here is the chance. Most people won't do it. So, but again, I would never tell anyone what to do, and I'm not into that. So, dopamine wave pool. Can you do some TA on Virus Soul? On Virus Soul. Let's take a look at what that is. Virus Soul. Well, I just had my That's funny. That's a bit funny. Anyway, so why do I like ASTER? I just think that with CZ behind it, I don't see how it can't make some pretty massive gains. But again, maybe I'm just over speculating on something like everybody else and it doesn't do. But I mean, you tell me. Can you do some TA on Virus Soul? Thank you. Virus on Soul or Virus Soul? It's kind of a weird question to ask me. You know what I mean? Like, of course, on Virus Soul, why not, right? Let's take a look at Deck Screener. Critical times for Bitcoin, right? I love this one to start the stream with. Met so many people today. Took pictures of them on my Instagram, on my Telegram. Like, we gotta find an even quicker way to contact. We're just like beep 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 beep. I mean, that's another thing too. It'll start happening when people just start doing stuff like that. Like, the money will come when you already really have the discipline and you understand what to do. So I'm looking for a coin called. I'm looking for a coin here called. What is the name of that puppy? Wow, man. So, ADA virus on Sol. Virus on Sol, $20 million market cap. There's Tibber too. I like Tibber a lot. Rip it backwards. Pretty nice. 21.5 is a decent place to think. Again, it's not meme status like nothing, and it takes forever. But imagine getting in on those candles, man. Crazy. Nice pump, though, but you're just too far away from the 21-day moving average. You see? It's like an unsustainable place to be, so... Looking for this to continue here further to the upside. And you can see the volume falling off while price is going up. Right? Usually not a great sign at the present moment in time. So Solana doesn't look awesome. All right. Looks like it's kind of like this made a bear div and it struggled a little bit. Virus on Sol. I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. You know what I mean? Maybe it's big. I don't know. And I don't even know what it is. I don't really even want to know what it is. Not just yet. Right. Let's take a look. And I think that's it. I mean, Aptos is the last one, right? People want to know what's up with Aptos. Aptos, baby. Aptos over here. APTOS. All right. I can get there. I can do it. I can do it over here. It's just APT. Da, 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 da. So, again, same idea here on the 4-hour. Like when you look at the fresh scene and you see it, it's just, you're just coming back down to the 21. And you just got to keep a cool head during this time. Tomorrow morning, same, it's going to be slow till we get our next big move further to the upside. That's all. We'll get the sideways price action, pump to the upside. Just like Bitcoin, though, it's going to have to follow some parameters, right? So look for this to go sideways like this. And then look to take it out. We'll obviously discuss more as we go on, but that's kind of the basis, right? So, XTB, Epic Master, Aptos, Spalt, we got them all. We nailed everything. Shout out to everyone that sent in the super chat my way, man. That's awesome. Now, I have other things to show you besides the super chat. All right. Number one, this is starting to look like it's going to break to the upside. Like the 1 minute flag. Like, that's weird as heck, right? So, like, do I trade the 1 minute flag? Am I that desperate on a win? Desperate on a win? I mean, you got the bull div, you got the tightness. They tried to dump you, but each time you kind of had this foreshadowed piece of pump, right? And it just seems like it's just going to defy all the odds now at any moment in time here. I had it all. It's like, okay, 121.552, 121.572. And then 119.245. No, hold on. That level's going to be, it's got to be below that 200 and get the 3-to-1. Yeah, 245, right? Yeah. No. 118. 119, 180 right there. And actually, I believe I should hide out a little lower than that. Just because. 119, 221. That makes sense? No. 118. It did 119, 19, like. Oh, 2, how's that? And what is the dealio? I mean, that's 497 for $5,000. It's insanity, right? I did that right. 572. Yeah. No, 119. Yeah, there we go. Stop loss. Hold on. I was about to say, what is going on here? I'm like 111. Let me put a 9 there. All right. No. Yes, 119, 089. All right. I'm losing it, bro. They're trying to stop the lifer, but they never will. This looks somewhat bullish to me, man, but the 4 hour doesn't look good. It's so weird. So I don't want to get chewed up, but you also want to make the gains. It makes it tough. Well, I just made 7. Do I risk 2 of it to go back, to gain another 1,000? Could be a conservative play there. Wait for it to come back to the bottom of the pattern would be nicer. So I'm kind of thinking through this trade as a live trader, saying, how am I going to tackle this idea? What is my proper risk management? How long did I believe the trade could take? You know what I mean? And just kind of asking myself these questions. And, could we end up seeing, always be on your toes? I'll show you something that you may not have seen, but, could be on a shoulder, head and right shoulder. And I got to keep reminding myself that the 4 hour is so beat up, right? But there's no guarantees. That's the thing. That's the one thing about it. All right. Shout out to anyone that wrote a super chat into the Discord. You people are unbelievably nice. You didn't have to do that, but you did. And I'm reading them all the time now, and they're really nice. I was reading them to a fellow person today that was thinking about joining the group, and they really just, after hearing it, he was like, man, I think I'm going to start tuning in. So you guys help this channel grow every single time. I'm so grateful for everybody here on the stream. I'm so grateful for all the people watching and everyone. Advantis, ARB, File, RECC, Trump. Why now? Why now when there was this list here? Why do you then throw them all at me now? What's going on? Coach, you man. Let's take a look at Advantis, Arbitrum, File, and RECC. Let's take a look here. Advantis on MEXC. And it's starting to get spicy in here. I don't know why, but I'm going to be putting on my AC a little bit here. I did the whole post. I got some water. I was like, oh, sad. I didn't have any water. There's some water. Hard making $2,000 from your hotel room every day. Dang. So, I made enough for it all. I really like this buy zone. I really do. And there's a button here on this website that says basically fund with Coinbase. And you can hit a button and it funds your account with your Coinbase account. I don't see how that doesn't provide liquidity in a massive rally. So, again, previous support is resistance. Maybe it drops further down to the 786. Maybe it goes all the way to 0. Who knows? But, man, in my lifetime, I map things out. I put the 618, 6.65, and whenever I'm able to purchase something in that area, I get it at a pretty good discount. But, again, you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. XANI here. Zanny? Is that what it's called? Zan? Let's look at Zan USDT. I don't know if that's it, though. Someone wrote... Oh, yeah, they wrote Zan. My mind's adding an I there. Anoma. This thing was at the bottom of its barrel, right, when we last looked at it. It still looks as such. I don't know. It came out. The VCs dumped it. Started at 10 cents, went all the way to 24, and then came back down. I think there's better out there. You might know more about it than me and understand what's going on. I don't really care. I'm more of it is kind of Adam and Eving. For me, it's as simple as just one thing, I'd put a line here. I'd say break above and retest. And if you do that, then fine. I'd be willing to trade you on a flag or something but if you can't do that, I'm not going to buy a bottom bear flag that could go lower. You know what I mean? On some speculative nature that, I don't know what this coin is, but it doesn't look amazing to me right now. All right. Let's take a look at Arbitrum. My old buddy Arbitrum. Arby's. You ever go to Arby's and eat some Arbitrum meat there over here? Hey. Shout out to the 1,004, the beautiful souls still kicking it with me no matter what. You people are the loyal lifers. You people are the ones. You people are destined for greatness. If you keep pushing every single day, the greatness is going to be pushing for you. Haha. You'll meet in the middle somewhere when it's trying to find you. See, people think when they become successful, it's like, but it's actually, you become, success is something that you attract by becoming the person you desire. Aha. You attract success into your life by being who you desire to be, by pushing yourself every day. Success isn't something you grab and hold. It comes towards you. Like, it's interesting. It's a tale as old as time, right? And those who know it become very, very wealthy. And those who don't, well, the same occurs on the opposite side, right? So this looks very bullish to me. I like the setup, and I like what I'm seeing. I also like this right here and the tightness, all right? So, Super Chats, Advantis, Filecoin, RECC, and Trump. I just did Advantis, so we can cross that off the list. Arbitrum looks interesting to me. And Bitcoin just took off, man. It did. It just took off to 798. Wow, they're playing with it today. It's when they extend the 4-hour and make flags in the small time frames, that's the only time I have like a, my system has a little weakness to it. That's why, like, if I was already in the trade, I could have stayed in it, but it's okay. I'm super happy I made gains. I don't know if I want to be trading all night long here. So, but wow, it's a Wednesday, and Wednesdays are one of our favorite days to trade. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and so, I mean, the market is ripe for the picking right now, and people are feeling it. Wow, 119,008, and now it's higher than my sell. I just can't. And I'm a little like sitting here like, I don't know what they're going to do to it. I don't know. There's a wick there. That tells me there could be some movement here. I'm going to go ahead and take a nibble. All right. I'm going to risk like 290 of what I just made of the 1,700. If I lose, then I go to sleep up like 1,480 or something like that. It's all right. Okay. Filecoin, RECC, and Trump. Let's take a look at Filecoin. And RECC was that smaller coin that I like the marketing of and a little bit. It just didn't seem to do that much. It's very small, and it's on Deck Screener. You got to get bigger. You got to get some type of altcoin buzz for even small altcoins to rip. Like, you're not gonna get it all, alt season on micro gems and things that are small without a massive move across the board, right? And we know that, but it just, I think a lot of people want this free money, man. This fast free money, it just doesn't exist. It never did, I don't know where people thought it did. But you got to work your butt off for everything. Everything has been taken for, like, this whole world. Where we haven't been is taken for by people that probably know, what I mean? But look at that. That's a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and then going sideways down. Like, I mean, that just looks very, very bearish. Extremely bear city. I can't even believe how bearish it looks. That's crazy, right? So, I don't know, man. I don't like this coin at all. I never was a huge fan. It does bounce off the bottom, so you'd say, oh, I'm buying the bottom, it's going to bounce. But, like, that's what you got to go on. So, and every time it gets back to the range at $8, maybe even $11, I mean, that ain't bad, but dang. You want to sit and wait all day for something to pump? I don't, personally. Right? And it could be a dinosaur that just fell off. I don't know. They're saying they're going to revamp it, all this stuff. But they've been talking this stuff a long time for Filecoin, man. So what I see is basically a descending triangle. I mean, I really do. I mean, I see a flat top, right? And that looks like it's going to continue to dump. That sends you all the way back down to, like, a negative territory. So you're not going to go that far, but it's, RECC and then Trump. RECC, I remember, we have to look at here on Deck Screener, just the way it is. I was like, wow, did they rebrand? Nice move, yeah. $2.3 million market cap. Not much has happened since we looked at it. We said it would likely just go sideways in here until it eventually finds its way. And, oh, man, that's horrible. But that is the, alleged killer and all that other, Super chat, RECC. And let's think. And so I want to see that get tight in here. right? And make a bigger breakout. So far, it looks okay. Look, it could do that. It'll take some time, though, a couple more days to see this come to fruition. And someone asked about Trump coin. Funny, we don't get a lot of Trump coin asked anymore. It seemed like, mixed signals about all that stuff that happened because it's just so, it's disheartening to a lot of bags that, but nothing's perfect. We want to see this thing do damage and then head all the way up to what? 8 cents. I mean, 8 cents VeChain would be amazing. I remember buying it at a quarter of a penny, a half a penny back in the day, and then unloading it at like 2.5 and 3 cents, and then went to 27 cents at one point too. That was a beautiful, like a little under 14x, 13.5x. So again, we're all waiting to see what Bitcoin does, and if Bitcoin takes the pump and keeps going, then everything else is going to follow through. Like, if Bitcoin kind of just goes sideways and rolls over, it is what it is, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Let's take a look at Trump. Yeah, so Trump finally got back above its 200 moving average. It's a very big deal. And now it can start to kind of post on, just continue to create that focus, that drive. So, I mean, this thing looks like it could continue to pump. I'll be honest. If the season gets a little cooler and things start to go right, that thing could do damage for sure. I bought a bunch of garbage in 2023. Hey, it may not be garbage in a few months. You never know. I filed the file coin in a filing cabinet. It's been filed away in a filing storage unit. Hey, I get you. Hey, Sammy, I hope you're doing well, lifer. Baby, AERO, please. Let's take a look at AERO, USD on Coinbase. Coinbase. Let's take a look. AeroDrone Finance. So what I like for AeroDrone is it's very like Bitcoin acclimated here, but you can see what it's doing. It's starting to make a really big consolidative pattern here, right? Looks like it'll go tight and then maybe finally break out for more. I don't know what you guys do or exactly there, but I'm looking for this to get sideways. The bounce, the aggressive entry is in that wicker right now, but even sideways is okay, and then boom, an explosive move there to the upside. So I hold this coin. I like it. That would benefit from me. I just want to make it really clear. I hold AeroDrone. But someone sent a super chat, and I don't know them. I didn't say, hey, tomorrow I'll send it. I don't do that stuff. I think it's corny. I put more time into organizing and staying disciplined than anything else. Everything else to me is a waste of time. No tomfoolery. All right. Your chart in the Discord soon blasted. I've got called negative. Is anyone seeing Dizzy Constant Slam? I get called negative? Is anyone seeing Dizzy Constant Slamming of your... Are you serious? I didn't call you negative. I love you, man. Fit in crypto? Who called you negative, man? Yeah, don't... Man, when you think you're being attacked, take a deep breath and realize you're not. You know what I mean? Just say, you know what? That couldn't have been what I thought. I'm in the Crypto Lifer show, man. That just doesn't happen here, man. Take a deep chilled pill and relax. Life is good, brother. You have no, stress right now. Also, I'm tired. I've been up all day. It's 12 o'clock at night in Singapore. You might want not to be so hard on everybody all the time. You know what I mean? Can we all just get along for crying out loud? You know what I mean? Summer 2024 was the war lows, or 2023. Can't remember. 2023, right? Yeah. So we're going to take a look here at Alex and see what's happening. All right. Link, please, Sam. I'm heavy long. All right, I'll check for you. You must be sweating. I'm just messing with you. Alex Labs is starting to form a flag above a 200 moving average. I tell you what, right now, whenever I've seen that, we have made a move eventually to the upside. So I don't know where their plans have been, but I have been watching this for a long time. And I knew about it when it was very, very small. So Alex Labs could go all the way to 006. Wow, and it really kind of fell off from where it started. And there you have it. Now I want to look at Caspa, and I want to look at one other thing, and I got to look at Link for my man, Sean. Let's take a look at Link for you, Sean. We'll see what's up, brother. Sammy is always positive. Shout out to Clan, man. I can't say I'm always positive because that would probably be a lot but I'm positive 99.9% of the time. I'm a human being. I'm sure every once in a while I slip up. But for the most part, man, I'm positive 99% of the time. And a lot of people perceive things that I say as negative just because they can't handle positive criticism. Honestly, being telling someone what they don't want to hear is pretty dang positive. If it's meant not to, if it's not in the intention of malice, but the intention to help. Now, the person might not hear it that way, but you got to tell them what you got to tell them if you love them, right? Like, if you really love someone, they're the love of your life. Could you watch them smoke cigarettes? You know what I mean? Probably not. You know, you do anything you could to get them to quit, right? Because you would never want to see them get hurt. But you would say, you might even say, hey, how dare you smoke that cigarette? Or you might just kind of, every once in a while, say something to get them going. And you don't mean to hurt their feelings or make them feel like an addicted person out of control smoking cigarettes, which they are. But you just want to say, you want to get it across that you know that if you could pester that person enough, maybe they wouldn't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dizzy's coping pretty hard. Dizzy's not coping. Dizzy's on point. He says, nobody's telling anyone. You just can't handle the truth, man. He's on point, brother. Yeah. He's not talking to me. He's talking to the other DC. And don't read it wrong. I think yeah. The left and the right coming together lately, and the enemy has been unmasked finally. Time to unite and put America first. Hey, man, I like it, man. It's time we all get together, bro. They tried to divide us for years, man. They started with the white and the black. Then they did the Republican and the Democrat, right? Then they did the gay versus straight, right? Then they did the conservative family versus the free family. Then they did this. Then it's just like it never ended. Then they did the COVID. You took it, you didn't take it. Like then it's just like they try to divide us left and right, and literally all the time. We refuse to stay divided. We are Americans. I love you. I know most people aren't going to appreciate what I'm going to say, but I don't care who you voted for. I love you. You voted for Joe Biden. I love you. I may not really agree with it, and I may want to have a long talk with you about it, but it doesn't mean I don't love you. You voted for Donald Trump. I love you. You're a human being that breathes on this earth. You might have made a mistake. Maybe 5 years from now, you don't feel the same way. It's happened to me. We all go through transitions. We all got to give each other a break in this world, man. We all have to give each other a break. Someone bumps into you one day. You don't go, oh, what are you doing? Just say, you know what? That might have been the one day that person was really clumsy. I've been clumsy too in my life. Give the person the benefit of the doubt. That's just the one time that they usually do that. They don't do it all the time. You know what I mean? It's just a good way to be, I find. It helps me find, compassion in my fellow man. All right? The parties are in the club. We ain't. Exactly. You know what I mean? They're all partying tonight. Everyone's going to party tonight, and I'm exhausted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone even invited me, say, when you're done with the show, you want to come to the rooftop? And I'm like, oh, man, I'd love to, but I don't know if I like have it in me to go. It's called the Solid Gold Party, right? Crazy. At the center of the universe, COTU, from 9:30 to 1:30 in the morning, right? A night of pure energy and exclusivity where crypto top founders, visionaries, and creators come together to celebrate under the Singapore skyline. Wow. It's kind of crazy, right? Cash is the global financial platform connecting crypto with the real world. Cash, I never heard about Cash, but it looks like it's doing something with gold. Interesting. Anyway, so, you don't care about your heart? Yeah, you got to work out. Got to give grace and mercy. It's just like Jesus said, 100%. Otherwise, you don't, when you're hard on other people and you don't give grace and mercy, you know what happens? You're the same on yourself. And when you don't give grace and mercy to yourself, you cause cortisol, pain, anguish, and stress. It's not a good life. You don't want to be pushing yourself too hard like that. So the trade's up $71. We're attempting to try to break out of this. It's kind of crazy if we do. I feel like I kind of FOMO'd in a little bit here, and we'll see what happens. But we're battling the charts 6%. I'm the king of 3%. I'm up 6% on this one. And so no loss. No loss yet. No love lost, baby. Great story. I keep with me how the guy spoke to you about your heart and working out back in the day. Yeah, my good friend. And he's going to come visit me when I get back. He comes the day after I get back from Singapore, and I'm going to have him recreate that scene. Or he'll come on my channel. He'll be on the channel. He'll talk. I'll have him talk on the channel. And he'll say a little something about our life and how we got together, Sam, I appreciate you and your time. My daughter, 4-year-old, listens and says, Daddy, your man Sam is talking. Dude, that's the coolest thing ever. I'll make sure I don't ever use profanity, and I stay at my top level because I know there's beautiful little princesses watching us, man. And, you know, I'm one of the few channels that knows there's kids watching me. There's 15-year-old kids. There's 20-year-old kids. There's 4-year-old girls with their dad. There's people here that want to learn, that want to spend time with their family. This is a family show, baby. We don't do the swear words. We don't put people down. We don't create negativity. We want each and every one of you to find out who your best self is, because if you search deep inside, you will. And that's the key, right? I'll try again. I'm up big on Crow. Crow looks like it's a stair climbing up. Can I get some lifer spot TA? I mean, I like Crow, right? And when we looked at Crow, and this is Chainlink. Chainlink's got to bounce for you, brother. What you're getting, I just want to see it bounce, stay inside this flag, and then continue to 34. I would absolutely love it. Chainlink hit 22, but I wanted some more punch. I own 100 grand of Chainlink, all right? And more than now, maybe a little, you know, around 16, 15. I love the space. My son loves it here as well. 8 years old, learning the lifer ways and following Jesus, man. That's crazy. I have to remember that every time, and that's why I have to be on my best behavior on this channel. I'm here for the youth. I'm here for the older. I'm here for people my age. Every single day, someone tunes into this channel hoping that they're going to hear that positive energy they heard the day before. Some people are depressed, some people are down, and then people know they're also going to learn some amazing technical analysis that's going to change their life. Hit the like button. We have 700 likes, but I'd like to get to 1,000 likes if we can. And I'm going to call it, man. It's 12:09 p.m. at night. I can stay updated. Watch out for my elites. They're going to keep you updated. I usually sleep for about 5 hours, 1 to 6, and I'm in a long right now on weeks. You know, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. I took profits. I got back in. We'll see where it goes. Stop loss is below 119, 130. Take profits at about 121,465. And we will go from there. So, with that being said, I have no idea how I did a 2-hour show. I don't, because I'm absolutely exhausted. But it's the energy from each and every one of you. Seriously, it's the energy from each and every one of you that pushes me to be here every day. And that makes me want to do more with my life. So, look, the bed is made. This is my bathrobe that I had on earlier. Sorry. Don't put your bathrobe on the bed, Sam. Have some class. All right? I just had the sheets pulled over. You know how you can get in? I did that because, you know why? They didn't give me... Here, they did something funny, didn't they? They took the sheets and put them over the mattress pad tight. And then... So when I go to use the sheet, I ripped the sheet up, and they had it so tight because they didn't want me to do it. And then I knew I shouldn't be sleeping on the mattress pad. So they basically wanted me to have no sheets. Like, they're trying to save money, you know? So they basically wanted me just to have this. But I sweated these, man. So I called them. I said, now I need sheets. I said, I got 2 nights. I said, you gotta give me another pair of sheets. You know what I mean? So I got the sheets tonight. And there we have it. So I'm in the trade. We could still win this trade. Remember, we did make a live trade here in a second. You forgot about it, but we did it. All right. The entry was about 119.8, 119.8. All right. And I could see 120K coming like right now. Oh my God. I said it as it happened. Like I said it, and we hit on 120K. It looks like we're going to start pumping throughout the day here. And eventually we pump Monday. We pump Tuesday. We pump Thursday. This is a bull run, man. Well, you don't have to have a pullback. You know, every week we'd be like, oh, you know what happens after Monday? That's what's been happening. But that's not what happens in these euphoric moments. All right. And remember, I teach class the last Saturday of every month. If you want to jump on in and learn this sauce, hit the QR code to class. It'll blow your mind. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. Okay. Everybody, I love you. It's 12 o'clock on Thursday, October 2nd. It's 12:11 p.m. No, it's 12:11 a.m. for me. Wait, I get confused because I never changed. Yeah, it's Friday, October 3rd at 12 a.m. But it's Thursday, October 2nd at 12 in the middle of the day for you. And look at Bitcoin. I'm now up $250. I'm up 21%. This thing is starting to absolutely rally. I did chase a bit. I think I could bring my stop like almost to break even there because I'm a little like... And honestly, if we pump, we shouldn't come back to that. Like, we should kind of strongly continue further up in a big, aggressive way here. Just liquidate those shorts. Liquidated shorts. And now look, Sammy's starting another green trade. Man, I feel like I got to keep it open for a second, let you guys kind of parlay on this, politic on this, see what happens. Bang. All right. More Super Chats? No. Hey, Sammy, hope you're doing well, baby. AERO, please. Oh, the Super Chats were over, man. I closed them a long time ago. No, we looked at AERO. I'm just joking. This stream is a sacred and happy place. It is, man. When I get my Porsche, you will have to pull the trigger on the Corvette you want, and we will have to go for a cruise and a steak dinner. Much love. Hey, you pull up in that Porsche, I'll go grab the vet, all right? That's a promise, man. It is a promise. You pull up in the Porsche, you drive me to the vet dealership. How's that? You get me going with that Porsche, and I go right to get that vet. All right? I love you all. I appreciate you. Be careful tonight. Remember, the 4 hour is extended. I know these little time frames look great, and there's a chance they continue to run. We're in this kind of high, extensively bullish time. But remember, you don't have to be in every trade. If you don't feel comfortable about the setup, don't chase it. You know what I mean? Make sure your discipline is there. Make sure your setup is there. Make sure your model makes sense. Don't push it when you don't need to push it, all right? And shout out to the 1,230 people that stayed on the stream no matter what. We are over time by 15 minutes now, basically 12, 13. And you people who don't care, you love it. And that's what I love about you all. This is why I come back every day. This is why I will never stop doing what I do, because the lifers are the best. Remember, can we get the likes up to the watchers? 735 likes. If we can get the likes to the watchers, I would greatly appreciate it. It would be the nicest thing you ever did. So, everybody, I'm going to sign out for the night. May God bless you, or for the day. And I'll be posting as much as I can when I can. I'll sleep from 12 to 5 and be back in the action. We have the elite traders pumping, and we're doing everything we can to keep you guys posted for Bitcoin. So I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow for another beautiful, absolutely amazing live stream. Stay amazing, stay blessed, stay pockets squared up. And remember, you can, you will, you are the best. You've got this. Never believe you can't. Push yourself every day. The secret to success is getting started. Bitcoin pumping, doing damage, 121.79. Bitcoin pumping, baby. The live trade I just gave you is in the money, up 18% on weeks. The RECC exchange, baby, the RECC. It's made by us. We made it happen. The people. All right. I love you all. I appreciate you. Be wary of the 4 hour time frame. The secret to success is getting started. You don't have to start to be great. But you got to be great. You don't have to start. You don't have to be great. No, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have